Hello, 7th graders. Your new video is covering section 5.4 from the book, which is more applications of percent. So yesterday we learned that we can use the same equation for most types of percent problems. And remember that we did it in the form of percent of a number is the answer. So yesterday, remember, we always had the percent first of the number equals the answer. And that's what we used for all of yesterday's problems. We'll be using it for some of today's, and then we'll have a couple little different things we got to do. But for the most part, we'll be using this. So to do commission, which is the percent of the amount of your sales. So people that work in the mall, a lot of them get paid commission. And that's why when you walk in the store, they won't leave you alone. They're trying to sell you stuff, and they bring you different colors and different stuff to go with it, different accessories. That's why they do it, because they get paid based on how much they sell. Car dealers are the same way. You go to buy a new car, they don't like to let you leave until you buy something. Why? Because they make money based on how many sales they make. So they want to sell you something. That's why sometimes they're a little pushy. So we're also going to do percent error, which I'm actually going to get to towards the end of the assignment. But, and I think I'll just wait to go over that until I get there. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do a sales tax problem first. So this one right here. It says find the total cost for a purchase of $185 if the sales tax rate is 5.5%. So you should understand that when you go to the store and you grab something off the shelf, that's $185. You're not going to just walk up to the counter and pay $185. It's not how it works. You have to pay sales tax. So we're going to put it in the same form as we did yesterday. So the percent goes first, 5.5% of, so we have, it says find the total cost of 185. So of 185, and then we're going to get our answer. So again, you're going to have to move 2 to the left here. So you have 0.055 times 185 for your answer. And you have to put your decimals in there. And remember that this is money. So that would be $10.18, but that's not my answer. It says find the total cost. It doesn't say find sales tax. I had to find sales tax to be able to find my total cost. And remember that when you're dealing with decimals, you have to line up the decimals. So you have to take the original amount of your purchase plus your sales tax that you just found to get your answer. So $195.18 would be your total cost. So you walk to the shelf, you grab something that's $185, but you don't just pay that. You're going to pay $195.18 when you're done. So that's using what we did yesterday, the same formula we did yesterday, but to find sales tax. This one we kind of talked about a little bit yesterday. You can also use it to find tips. And we talked about the fact that 15% was the normal percentage that you give people for tips. So if I pay $58.20 for a meal, if that's how much my meal is, okay, that is my meal. So that's the of, right? And I don't know what my total is. I'm going to figure it out. I need to figure out what 15% of this is first, so I know how much to give them. Again, move your decimal 2 to the left and go ahead and multiply because they're right next to each other. So that's telling you what to do. So I have 3 decimals, so $8.73 is my tip, but it says the total. Oh, estimate a 15% tip, so that's all I need to do then. But if I want to estimate, I'd probably just do 870, right, in estimation. So again, we used the same formula we did yesterday. So we did commission on this one, we did tips on this one. Now we're going to do commission again here. So find the commission on a $3,200 sale with a commission rate of 6%. Again, same order. 6% has to go first. $3,200 sale, so that's my total, right? That's how much I sold total, and then I'll figure out what I owe. 2 to the left, so 0.06 times, it says times right there. So it's telling you what to do. So my commission is $192. It doesn't say anything else, so I don't need to add anything to it. I just want to figure out. So if I sell if it could be a car, if I sold a $3,200 car to someone and I earned 6% of that sale, I made $192 because I sold that car to somebody. Okay, so that's what commission is, and that's why a lot of people that work on commission, they tend to be a little bit pushy. Not all of them are, but it's because they're trying to earn more money. So now we're going to get to the percent error. And here's the equation right here. And if you go back up here, you can look at the term. It says uses the absolute value of the difference between the measured value and the actual value or desired value. And you're probably going, what? Doesn't make sense. But that's why we're going to go down here and look at the formula that I have for you. So it says, at a sporting goods factory, a quality control technician checking the weights of baseball bats measures a bat that should weigh 26 ounces at 26.25 ounces. So it weighs more than it should. Okay, but sometimes they let some of that go. It doesn't have to be exact. If a bat is not within 0.6% of its specified weight, it is rejected. Okay, so if it's 0.6% too high or too low, you can't use that bat. It has to be a certain weight. Why does the bat pass or fail this test? Well, you have to figure out what the percent error is, and we're going to use this formula. So it says percent error equals the actual value minus the measured value. Then you're going to divide it by the actual value and times it by 100. It's easier than it looks. Okay, let's just do the first part. Actual value minus measured value. Okay, well, the actual value is 26.25. Or no, that would be the measured value. We measured it at 26.25. The value that it should be is that, okay? And then again, the actual value is 26. So if I subtract these, you get 0.25. And actually it's negative, but that doesn't really matter in this case. So let's see. So I'm going to have this divided by this, and I got to work that out. So I got to actually divide it if I want to get my answer. So it won't go in there or there. Add some zeros. And it's going to keep going and going and going, probably. So I think I've probably gone far enough. So I'm going to change this to a percent by moving it 2 spots. So I have 0.96% basically. Almost 1%, but not quite. Okay? So if I go back up here and look, it says if the bat is not within 0.6% of the weight it's supposed to be, it's rejected. So why does it pass or fail? Well, is this higher or lower? It fails, right? Because it's 0.96, not 0.6. It's way too high, according to what they tell you it needs to be. So we'll try some more of those tomorrow. Don't let that formula scare you. It's not as bad as it looks. The times 100 just means I'm moving it 2 to the right. You're changing it to a percent. That's why that's part of the formula. So bring that knowledge with you, and we'll talk about it more tomorrow. Have a good night.